Auditions are now open for the Aviation Waltz. This is an original audio drama written by me. Though it won't be animated, it will have visuals. The short story is a spin-off of an epic novel of mine from which I've taken two supporting characters and turned them into the main characters. It takes place on a planet called Placia where the people are completely compatible with humans, except they're all fair-skinned and they have sky-colored hair. It revolves around a dancer named Scylla who wants to make her father proud by doing something smart and masculine, so she befriends an engineer boy named Edillan. Their goal is to work together to build an airplane. But the problem is, planes are illegal on Placia. There are a lot of characters open, so depending on the amount of auditions that I receive, I may double cast some actors with smaller roles. There's a lot to go over, so I'll start off with the audition roles. First off, I don't care how many or how few productions you have been cast in, but if you're going to audition, you will need to have a good quality microphone. I don't want to hear static or buzz. You can probably get away with it if it's a tolerable noise, but if it distracts too much from the voice quality, I will not accept it. I don't want to hear any background noise like the TV rambling in the background or the radio playing or stuff like that. You will also need to know how to use your microphone. You must know at which distance to hold your microphone and how to avoid pops and spikes in the audio. Next, I ask that you keep your audition as simple as possible. I don't want to hear an 8-minute rant about the character descriptions or your life story about you and your microphone and how long you've had experience with it. I've heard many auditions for fandoms before that sounded something like this. Oh my god, I love this show, I can't wait, it's going to be great, I always wanted to voice this character because she's my favorite in the whole world and we act so much alike. It's going to be great, but I know my microphone sucks, but I still hope I get a part. But oh, I suck, oh please give me a part, I hope I get a part. No, okay? Instead, please start out your audition like this. Hello, my name is AderuMoro and I'm going to be auditioning for the Aviation Waltz. I will be auditioning for Scylla, Madame Bruche, and Relica. First, I will start off with Scylla. For the most part, I want you to say your name so I will know how to pronounce it, and if you send it to me through email, I will know whose audition it is if the details get messed up. Also, if you're going to send multiple takes, please send no more than 3. I only want you to send 3 takes if you're going to try out different voices or different accents. Use your own judgment when it comes to inflection and what you think sounds best. I will also have to ask you to record in either WAV or MP3 format. If you haven't already, download Audacity and learn how to use it. It's free. Next, upload it. You can upload your audition to YouTube as a video response to this video, send it to me by email, or upload it to senspace.com and private message me with a link to download it. Now on to the characters. I would generally like the majority of the cast to have a standard American accents, but you can play around with the ballet folks. The amount of lines is calculated based on how big the roles are. The 2 main characters are Scylla Rotcod and Edillan Kenstin. They have the most lines and narrate the story, but I don't want the amount of lines to deter you from auditioning for them. It'll be fun! Scylla Rotcod is an upper-class girl known for her dancing and epitomical beauty. She puts on a facade to match her appearance in high class, but she's really put off by the rest of her kind. Her initial goal in the story is to make her father proud, but she alienates herself from him and her brothers. For her voice, I will need someone with a high emotional range who can sound sweet but also defiant. Edillan Kenstin, who I will refer to as Eddie from now on, is a boy who graduated from the same high school as Scylla, but they never talked much until that summer. He's from the lower class. He and his family are engineers. He's generally cheerful and carefree, but he genuinely cares about Scylla and his family, and sometimes worries about them. For anyone auditioning for Eddie, I also ask that you audition with lines for Kettle, a flying toaster. Kettle isn't in this story, but he and Eddie have the same voice. They don't sound completely similar, so have fun with that. Next, I have Scylla's family. I'll start off with Romein since he has the biggest part. Yes, his name is like a portmanteau of Romeo and Romein. He's the oldest brother in Scylla's family, so he kind of has a control freak complex. He often has to know what Scylla is up to and is strongly influenced by their father's opinions, so he looks down on the lower class. He tries to intrude on Scylla's life several times within the course of the story, which just adds to Scylla's defiance. Pierce is the next brother in line. He doesn't have a very big role. He often helps his father with the finances and is the most rational of the brothers, but is also a bit apathetic. Jax is the youngest brother. Though still distant, Scylla is the closest to him. He's a bit of a party boy and is the most lively of the brothers. Scylla trusts him most out of her brothers. Mr. Rotcod is Scylla's father. He loves his children, but he's cold towards Scylla. He's a hard-working architect, so even though he spends a lot of time away from home, he's making money. He's very Plassian and opinionated about statuses. He wants Scylla to be successful with her dance, but after years of pushing other education on her, he can't seem to express that he wants her to be happy. Next, I'll go over Eddie's family. They're a lot more laid back than Scylla's family. Relica is his oldest sister. She's very supportive of her family and has a lot of connections in the engineering business. She's the first to help Scylla and Eddie with their aviation goals. For the most part, I'm going to be voicing her, but I felt like I had to put a description of her anyway. Quine is Eddie's oldest cousin. He often helps Relica with her family engineering business and knows how to order supplies for a good price. He looks tough, but he's really quite jolly. Tack is Quine's younger brother. He often says whatever is on his mind, even if it is a bit rude. He and his sister Tinny are mischievous, but they mean well. Tinny looks up to Scylla and wants to learn how to become a graceful ballerina like her. She often tags along with Eddie to see her at rehearsal. Okay, now to go on to the ballet people. Again, these characters are more caricaturized than the rest of the cast, so they can sound more outlandish, and accents are welcome. A bit of a warning, though, almost all of them make sexual references toward each other. Madame Bruche is the director of the ballet The Interlude to Night's End. She's a rather eccentric woman and an elitist when it comes to ballet. She knows that she can order people around. Zizi Verrill is the lead male dancer of the ballet. Like the rest of them, he's a bit full of himself, a little like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. He's taken a liking for Scylla and becomes threatened when he sees competition. Marin Towse is the tallest and most down-to-earth girl in the ballet. She's often cast in male roles due to her boyish figure. Marin is the one girl that Scylla feels like she can confide in, and sometimes Scylla even feels like she has a girl crush on her. Hermes O used to be Scylla's friend until she realized that Scylla was better than her. She's envious of Scylla and mostly serves the purpose of female rivalry, though she doesn't interfere with Scylla's life as much as Zizi tries. Two extra girls in the ballet are Brinna and Selinay. They play the nymphs in the ballet, and they mostly help Scylla out with dressing and stuff. Now on to other random characters. Keng is Romein's friend. He's a big scary guy who doesn't say much, but he helps Romein to find out what Scylla's doing. Mrs. Giba makes a few cameos in the beginning, but really helps Eddie out in the last chapter. She's a kind old lady. Mr. Helap is another neighbor of the Kenstins. He also makes a few cameos every now and then. I will also need some extra voices for a waiter and some security guards. For more information, I highly recommend that you check out the website. It has more information about the story, characters, and gives the audition lines and more context. Please audition for as many characters as you can. I need to fill all these roles. And that's pretty much it. So have fun, and thank you so much.